What up, man? Was it just me, or did you get that glitch on the intro too?
I didn't get no glitch. I got to see it, man. But speaking of glitches, somehow Dylan's horror show hit 1,000 subscribers this week. So congrats on that, my man.
Dude, couldn't have done it without you, bro. Couldn't have done it without everyone in the chat, man. Everyone that's always supported us, you know. It don't happen without them. So I ain't do shit, you know.
None of us did.
I just created a YouTube channel, you know what I mean? That's all. And just sat back and threw a couple videos on there.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it happened in time for the grand finale.
Perfect time, dude. Perfect. That's what this is. Honestly, I wanted it to be. I wanted to make it here by the end of Horror Fest more than anything. You know what I mean? That it just meant more, so much more. And I know it means a lot more to the community. I know Two Gun was ecstatic. He's been just since day one, man. He's like long overdue, bro. Long overdue. And just all the support, man. Y'all said, bro. I appreciate it, man. I love y'all, bro. Seriously. And that's why I do it every week, man. Like literally, I got family coming in, and I know my girl don't want me doing it, but there's no fucking way I will miss this ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her, like, this shit Saturday. I don't do shit outside of work. I was like, this is my night with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shit will never get fucked up.
DHS is one of my favorite things to do, man. And so congrats. Exactly. And pop.
Thank you, brother. Hell yeah, but you know, as always, we got some guests in the house tonight. We got the homie Scarpad.
Hey, Dylan! Wearing my Pumpkinhead new t-shirt here.
Dude, I thought that was a trick or treat shirt. I'm gonna try to wear the same shirt 2 weeks in a row, but that Pumpkinhead is fucking awesome. I can't believe you got it in time too.
I know. Look at
right was quick.
I already spend $1,000 a week there, so they should.
I know.
Ship that shit. Hey, congratulations for getting to be 1,000 subscribers. Something I've been going backwards. I've been losing fucking subscribers, and you're gaining them. So you're doing a great job. Congratulations, well deserved.
Thanks, bro. And, well, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like,
even if you're living in a box somewhere, don't forget the couch over here at Scarpad's place. You can always deck over here if you can't, by doing the show, you know. So come on to my house. Congratulations, man. 1,000. Excellent.
Hey, look. One big thing though, man. I know because when I first started, I was putting hella content out, and then I stopped because I had to work a lot more, and then the subscribers stopped. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about consistency and shit. And I think once November hits and we get that sci-fi, Scarpad Sovereigns going, I think you might
Hey,
see
to do
a
1,000 when
little,
when you to get 1,000 when you're live streaming, it's hard,
yeah,
especially when you're not doing it every day. So, congrats, man.
definitely.
That's a tough road.
Definitely. We also got my man Steph in the house. What's up, my brother? Thank you for hanging,
Station.
bro. Thanks for
Oh no,
coming to
of
the
course, brother.
finale, bro.
Congrats to the 1K. Here's to 100 years on YouTube.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Keep doing them deadlifts, Dylan.
Yeah,
Steph
man.
is one of my fellow Westeros wonders. So Station.
Oh yes,
Westeros Wonder.
Station
Get
to
a
that
t-shirt
too.
going.
And last but definitely not least, let me see if he's here. My man Fable. I think he might have walked away for a second. Or no, he's there.
I hear him.
Yes, yeah, that's
Good to have you, brother. Thanks for joining as always.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. 1K,
Thanks,
man.
bro.
I remember we used to talk about this back when you were Dylan's Comics, DC.
Yeah.
And, it's like, man, you'll get there. You'll get there. And we're finally here, man. So, congratulations. 1K, brother. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, bro. Much appreciate. You've been there since like day one, so you know the struggle we all went through. Robbie knows it better than anyone, man.
Speaking of struggle, do y'all see Fable or am I tripping?
I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. It's all
he's
black.
struggling to pay the electric bill. Is what he's struggling.
Hold on. I'm gonna drop out.
Okay.
Oh, so he did. I thought he might have just did it because he walking around. I know some.
I got so confused because y'all were all just talking, and I was like,
I just went with it. I was
right. So we'll bring Fable in a second, but tonight obviously we are here to review Stan Winston's 1989's Pumpkinhead. Love that cover you got there, Robbie. I never ended up picking up the Blu-ray version you got because by the time I was gonna get it, got so into Scream Factory, they were just releasing this.
I think yours has
I didn't even know. A lot of people I feel like don't notice. Some do, but a lot of times the Steelbook have a transfer to it. So like
that's a new
Blu-ray,
scan.
I got the 4K transfer on this.
That's not on here at all.
Yeah, that was the one new thing they add. Like everything is the same from that one, but because I always save the back. Like this one says the only thing new is the 4K scan, like up top. So
yeah, but
I wonder if
this one still has some rawness to it, right? But it's kind of cool. It adds texture to it.
That will be coming out in 4K.
I could say that this might. It doesn't say it's the original camera negative. It says it's a 4K transfer it's a 4K film transfer.
Right.
So there's definitely some I can definitely see that this could get a better upgrade, but this is the best way it's ever looked, in my opinion. It's a very dark film. You know what I'm saying? Very dark film, and it can be grainy at times, but very dark film.
It's not streaming really anywhere right now. I checked it out, and it's really streaming no place.
Yeah, no, I believe it's only on Shudder. I own it. I own it on physical. I own it on digital. This is a household staple in my household, man. My mom showed me this one.
I thought that would go good with something like Sleepy Hollow and a few of those type of movies.
What is it?
It's like Sleepy Hollow, and that would go well as a double feature with the same type of. It's a Halloween movie, but it's kind
of. But I mean, this is a straight up monster movie. I mean, I guess you could say the Headless Horseman is. To me, he's like a creature, just like a creature feature monster movie, and I love the uniqueness of this. Fun fact: we're not here to review the second one. A lot of people don't know though that the guy who wore the Pumpkinhead suit in part 2 was frickin' Kane Hodder, the most legendary Jason to date.
That was the first one I saw. Actually, I saw Pumpkinhead 2 first. And
Blood Wings. Yeah, that's Kane Hodder. That's why he looks a little weird because it's like he's a shorter, bigger guy, and I believe Tom Woodruff Jr. because he led the effects on this on Pumpkinhead because he was like the main man for Stan Winston.
Okay.
And Stan Winston ran a makeup and design company, one of the most
famous.
What he worked on Terminator. Predator, I believe.
No
Alien.
Shit.
I mean, dude, all the big ones.
Is this the only movie he
directed,
or did he direct other movies?
There's another movie he directed, like something in the Gnome or something, but it's
Lake
it's-
Placid.
is-
He did
this
the
is-
crocodile
oh,
in Lake
okay.
Placid. That
Oh yeah,
big
Stan
okay.
Winston
Stan
was
Winston's great, man.
Yeah.
Aliens, Predator,
Oh yeah,
Jurassic
That's all
you
Park.
see the influence.
everything in
That's
the
all you gotta
70s and
say right
80s,
there,
man.
bro. And you should know this guy's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
He's Jurassic Park it too, right?
Yeah.
That's
Um,
wild.
Stan Winston creature effects were around forever.
So yeah, I mean, he had an idea for a movie, and he brought this creature to life. And God, man, this has just always had such a lasting effect for me. I've always just thought that this creature is just awesome. Just
For non-computer, for
so
like
unique,
all
something
physical
new.
Yeah.
animatronics. To me, it was done well.
There you
Station.
are, my brother. There you are. But yeah, dude, I absolutely have a goddamn blast with this film. Lance Henriksen. It definitely starts off a little slow, because I've seen this movie so much that I really did not have to. Like, it's been a year maybe since I watched it, since last Halloween. It's always a Halloween staple. I wouldn't have had to watch it. I always do, of course. I know this movie by heart, though, man. I love the old witch. Freaking Lance Henriksen. Obviously, the little
Classic.
boy is a little goofy, but he's just a little sweetheart. I hate how he dies because I feel like that is just, they should have done something more brutal for him
Yeah.
to go down this path, because the way he gets killed anyways just like doesn't seem realistic. Where
Well,
I'm
it's
just
a
like,
The
senseless
impact of
death.
it.
It's a
he just got
senseless
knocked
death.
down.
You know,
What?
it's a
They
senseless
make
death.
they make it seem like I get what Dylan's saying though. Like they make it seem like he was just shoved,
Yeah, that's the
and
thing. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, a kid can hit his head really hard and stuff, but they were like in the grass, and they don't show where it's like he gets knocked back, just like pushed back, and
Right,
how
they
hard
didn't
he
want to
is,
show
yeah.
a
that.
rock
Right.
or something. It's just like he's just done, And I was like, I wish they went a little better with that, because that is what leads
to
the whole
everything.
movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what leads Ed Harley and Lance Henriksen to, his downfall and to do everything he does, and for him to go down this dark path. But I absolutely love this movie. Practical effects. I think the visual styling for Stan Winston, for this being his first time, I know he worked with a lot of big directors and stuff, so he picked up some things, I guarantee. I'm not saying like, oh my God, he does some insane stuff, but he did a pretty damn well job for his feature film debut. And I know they had some issues here and there doing this, especially because Pumpkinhead is a very hard creature to come to life, especially if you notice his legs are like, what I'm saying, they're like the hind legs,
Yep.
and so there's someone in that suit. So, but yeah, dude, I absolutely adore this film. Love it so much. It's just right up my alley with that straight up creature feature. I feel like any guy, any director, or any practical effects guy, especially when they're one of the greats, when they go off and like do their own movie and then do like a creature feature or something, it's just always gonna be a blast no matter what. Even if you're like, the script is okay, but it's just a fun fucking movie with an awesome monster, creature, villain. Every time, like Wishmaster, you know what I'm saying? I fucking love those movies. They're not the greatest stories, but they're so much fucking fun. And those are all done by, the guys who did K&B, you know what I mean? Like,
All right.
I love movies like this. I love movies that are done by special effects guys. Fable, my man, was this your first time watching?
No, I saw this back in the days when it first
I
dropped.
figured.
We were talking about, did this come out straight to video or did it have a theatrical?
It was in the theater for a short time.
Very
It was
limited.
89.
It played here. I remember it being in the theater. Not
Okay.
long.
Very limited.
I think my first experience is a rental. Of course, how can you resist that creature on the box, right? He looks so demonic. It's one of those boxes you definitely pick up and want to try out the movie. But to be honest with you, I didn't remember this movie at all. I mean, it's been decades since I've seen this movie, but so you could say it's like my first time watching it. And even though it's been a little limited by budget and things like that, I did enjoy seeing some of the actors that were in here. Lance Henriksen, of course. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Lance Henriksen smile before, and he smiled a whole bunch in the beginning of this movie. I was like, hey, he's a good looking guy.
He's a daddy, man.
I get it, man. I get it. And of course they had like young Superman, right? Young Superman was in this movie from Richard Donner's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Guy with the curly hair.
Right.
So yeah, I enjoyed seeing that, and Robbie said in the back chat that on the box art it says something about a grim fairy tale or something like that, and that's exactly what this felt like. It felt like a grim fairy tale.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a tale of, a human stuff that happens and our emotions and where it could lead us down the dark path and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. Only gripes really is that I wish there was more Pumpkinhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that, like I said, the budget hurt it a little bit, so you don't see him doing certain things because they can't do it. So they got to infer a lot of it. And maybe just a little more gore. Just a little more. I wanted to see somebody get ripped in half or something like that.
Yeah.
As vicious as Pumpkinhead is, but other than that, I enjoyed it, man. It's a good.
They do some
tale.
really creepy stuff, but I feel like they could have went a little step further.
Well, we're in that era too, and this movie came out in '88, so in the late '80s. Right? Well, '88, but like when that's when the MPAA was like really going hard on some of these horror films, right? Like, and they were making them cut. If you watch the Friday the 13th series, it's like 87 and on is where you start seeing the drop.
Right.
Yep, when you start seeing all those fucking kills getting turned into nothing.
Well, and plus, as you said, the whole idea that this is a grim fairy tale and not a slasher, I think that makes the balance, the amount of violence is good for this picture. I think for what it's aimed to be, I think it's good.
I love it. To me, it
this
works.
Is like a grim fairy tale, an EC tale. One of those, tales of morality and tales of getting what you not getting what you wish for and all that. So,
right.
I think the violence level was good. I wouldn't have gone any further with it.
Steph, my man, overall, what'd you think?
Yeah, I remember I watched this a bunch as a kid. I actually saw the second one first, where I believe it was like was it like Pumpkinhead origin? Or I just remember some deformed kid getting picked on. And it came back to like bite them in the ass years later or something.
I've seen the second one.
But this one I used to see on UPN. Used to play like movies all the time on Sunday, and I would catch this one. But I will say I did enjoy it. I had more fonder memories. It had been a minute as well since I'd seen this, but it was a decent little tale. Like I think it was a movie of its time. And it's more of like an entry into horror, I think. Like I think as a kid, because as a kid, it scared the shit out of me. But it's got a decent little tale. I think I was more appealed or drawn to like the Lance Henriksen son losing his son aspect and the grievance process. Everyone probably handled that a little differently. There's an idea there. I think they could remake that movie, and there's a strong idea there. But I enjoyed it for the most part. It was fun, like you said. It's just a fun creature feature. The Pumpkinhead, I think the design still holds up to this day. Like the facial shots and like.
Right.
I'm hoping Nick does a figure, bro, because
that would be a sick ass figure.
Todd McFarlane did a figure back in the day when he had like the horror line. I forget the exact name of it, but when he did the Hollow, the Sleepy Hollow one too, he did a one. It's very. Movie Maniacs, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The face on the creature was so expressive for being all physical animatronics, no computer stuff.
It's insane.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
And it's unique. It's something new. It's not like, we're trying to like do a creature from the Black Lagoon, or just it's new and fresh.
Yeah, they made their own IP, their own creature.
Yeah, I love it, and I'm surprised it's gotten a few sequels. But most people don't know about them. Like,
I've only seen a second.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were, I think, like straight on, like straight to cable.
DVD. Somehow one has Lance Henriksen and Doug Bradley both, but it's supposed to not really be good. They're both really hard to get.
That's unfortunate.
Did you have anything you wanted to mention? Fable, my bad too. I didn't know you were finished.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed it.
I figured you were finished. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Scarpet, my man, what did you think?
Yeah, I saw this originally when it came out, 45 years ago, whatever that was, back when I was a child, and I remember liking it, but I remembered so little of it. So watching this was like the first time. I thought, yeah, it was good. It was a good story. It was kind of like a fairy tale or an EC comics type thing of.
There actually is Pumpkinhead comics.
Yeah, and with a little bit of maybe Pet Cemetery mixed in there with the kid aspect, and except this is a version of Pet Cemetery where the kid doesn't come back. I thought for a second he was going to come back. Then it was a thing there.
A fake out.
A fake out.
Yeah.
But
what are you doing, Dad?
But I like that. I loved the atmosphere of the movie. It really in the middle really turned into kind of like more of once they get to the witch's house. The whole thing is very fairy tale, very atmospheric. The way they did it, it wasn't real life then. The witch was great, and then the whole aspect of digging up the Pumpkinhead seed, and then ending the movie with that same seed being planted. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Things I gotta do to it before I put it out there again. I love that witch too.
They don't show too much of her either, which is good. You got to see just enough.
Yeah. Her putting him away, and that twist that it being Lance Henriksen that she's putting away in the pumpkin patch.
Right.
That like sold the deal. Like, yeah, this is a fairy tale. This is how it ends. This is where
with the witch man. With the
he'll be back
in the woods.
Yeah.
He made a deal with the wrong one. I love it too. I agree though, Mark. Anything Lance Henriksen, I'm checking out. And Millennium.
He's never really bad in anything.
I love Millennium.
Anything he's in. He's not the star often, and he was good here as the lead.
Dude, I'm gonna have to check out some of those Pumpkinhead comics, man.
You really felt for him because he did love being a father so much, so that when you could see the turn,
and that you could tell also that was like all he had in the world. Like living
his
out.
His wife got killed, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man! I'm glad to hear it. So Robbie, my man, your thoughts, brother? Dun dun dun.
All right. Well, Mark is right. The inspiration came from a poem that somebody had written, right? Like, and it's very, very like it's a nursery rhyme sounding kind of thing or something. So I didn't watch this movie for the first time until in my 20s. Like, it was something I had always seen it, but I don't know, for some reason we never watched it. We never rented it. We never checked it out. It was when those Movie Maniacs figures came out because I was buying those. I mean, he did a Ghostface, he did Michael Myers, he did Freddy, and they came with that cool like bone frame with the movie poster. I had the Norman Bates was one of my favorites.
I still got the Norman Bates because Scarp had sent me it.
I sent you that.
Nice. Awesome.
I love that thing, man.
So I didn't watch it until in my 20s, and I didn't like it very much. I was kind of disappointed, right? And I don't think I haven't seen it since then. Okay, so I will say that I was on. I feel really bad. I was disappointed again. I feel really bad. I was disappointed again. I tell you what I love. There are things in this movie that I think are supremely strong, and you had already mentioned the atmosphere. The atmosphere is amazing. All the fog, the settings, the sets.
Yeah.
Cicadas. I didn't even mention the cicadas.
The leaves and shit.
The sound design, all that stuff. The music is phenomenal, in my opinion. Yeah. I love it.
Oh, yes.
The story is so goddamn simple. It should be a 30-minute episode of Tales from the Crypt. None of the characters, aside from Lance Henriksen,
the kids
you actually give a shit about. Those kids are
not at all. Not
even the final girl. It's like it could have been any one of them.
They're cannon fodder.
Yeah,
I get that. That's fine. If they're just cannon fodder, that's cool. You don't need to. I love plenty of movies where they have underdeveloped characters that are just cannon fodder, and I love it. The problem is you don't have that payoff. If they're cannon fodder, let's see some damn gore. Let's see some kids.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The kid is annoying as shit to me. Lance Henriksen, I love Lance Henriksen, and he carries this movie as far as he's the best. Him and the witch are the best performances, right? But like, even him in certain moments, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you are so over the top right now. Let's tone this down. There's some moments where it's great, but like when the witch tells him, like
when it shows the guilt.
He's like, oh god,
no,
not
this way,
dude.
Yeah. So that one kind of, but I think the music and the atmosphere in this movie, and of course, the effects, the creature effects.
Yeah.
Tom Woodruff in the suit, right?
Yeah.
He was the guy who played the Gill Man in Monster Squad because Stan Winston's company did Monster Squad.
Wow.
So he's really good. I want to see the second one because I know Linnea Quigley's in there. Him and Tom and her actually were dating during that time. That's why she's in is it Dream Master? The one where she's like
Dream
Child? Whatever one is where all the people
the fourth one, Dream Master.
All right. So
Dream Child is the fifth one.
So I know that a lot of people love this movie. And I feel like if I would have watched this movie in the 80s or early 90s.
I watched it as a kid.
Exactly. What I'm saying is if I watched it as a kid, I would have much more of an affection for it, I'm certain. But for all the stuff that soars, everything else sucks in this movie to me. I'm sorry. Like I love the effects. I love the atmosphere. I love the music. But everything else, the script, the acting,
lens flat.
It's just really bad for me. So
I thought the teenagers were bad, but I thought everybody else was fairly good.
Everybody else is just Lance Hendrickson, homie.
And the witch.
And the witch. That's what I'm saying. Like that's it.
Well, the weird stretch
what about
for me is the kid from the Hick family.
Yeah,
but he's hanging around though. Why are you even around? Like what?
I gotta do the noble thing.
I mean, I don't think the movie sucks. I think the movie's fine. Yeah. There's a lot to love about
the script is a little weak in portions.
It's more than a little weak. It's pretty bad. When I was watching the special,
I think he said it right. 30-minute episode for sure.
Yeah, well, I was watching the special features, and it starts off with the writers like basically jerking themselves off over this fucking movie. I'm like, y'all are ridiculous. I don't even.
I've been drinking. They're gonna fry me, man.
They're gonna fry me.
But then again, if you compare it to a lot of the '80s horror movie, you could say the same thing. I mean, they weren't Shakespeare.
Yeah, for sure.
Horror movies aren't.
Some of them are.
They weren't
this ain't
elevated horror.
Burning is elevated horror and great performance and character development. And you actually get to see these kids get got. And in this one, it feels a little toned down, a little soft, but what works about it does work. And I'm telling you, if I would have watched this as a kid,
you remember the time, what the fucking MPA was doing?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but it was a movie of its time.
But you're absolutely right. If I had a little kid over here that was maybe 7, 8, 9, I was going to introduce him to the horror, this would be a good one.
That'd be the perfect. Yeah.
Well, when he stabs homeboy with the rifle,
shotgun.
Because you think he's gonna shoot him. And
this one then you show terrifying
and lifts him up, and I'm like, okay, now we're talking.
But
I was gonna see more of that, and I didn't.
But then there's scenes where he carves the girl's face, but then they won't show him putting her face through the window. It was like kind of. They showed her against it, and then you heard a noise, and it was just her.
Absolutely correct. I think they had to tone it down for the ratings board on this one.
Yeah, but that for just as many good ideas
for your son to watch. There's no sex scenes or nothing. No.
That's true. No bush.
No bush in this. No 80s bush.
But I think Steph said it the best too, or Rob, one of you guys. I think it was Steph, but yeah, I think this is right for a remake, man. This is definitely right.
It has to be practical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
It would be CG, man. That would suck.
That's the thing. They would.
You can give them like 5% CG. And honestly, they did it all practical in this, so that they don't need to do CG at all. They shouldn't have to.
And one more thing I'll say about that story is, I get it. The kids, they're just fodder and all that shit. But then let's spend some time really diving into the legend of Pumpkinhead.
Right.
Let's show some more of that stuff that we were seeing in the very beginning of the
That's all I'm interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that whole setting where he goes to dig up the grave of Pumpkinhead. Like I said that last week with the pumpkin patch all around. It's just insane. I love it. I love the witch's house and everything. So I guess we can get into like style and cinematography. Let's see, style cinematography. Is there maybe one more should add in there? style, story, structure, whatever, So yeah, obviously we talked about it already, so we can probably go through most of that quick. Stories, okay, they're trying to go for that folk fairy tale vibe. Story could be better, uh, the beginning, the pacings is a little slow, but once you get it, once like Pumpkinhead, once the killing happens and everything, then it starts getting in, and the pacing's fine. I feel like, but yeah, I wish they went a little darker with the kills and everything, but for the most part, for a first-time director, I think just for this being a creature feature movie, not trying to go deep into any storylines and everything. I think it's great for what it's trying to be. But I do wish we got a little bit more into the Pumpkinhead. I can't remember if they get more. I think if they get more into it in the part 2, I don't think they really get like deep into anything. Maybe the comics get more into it, but I definitely something worth watching if you're a creature feature fan. And I think it's it's right in there. Man, it's right. It feels like it was made in '88. You know what I mean? It's got that vibe to it. So, but I think overall it does what it's trying to do. But there definitely could be room for improvement. It just for me, it's just such a classic, man. I've always just loved it. I've never really paid it. When I was growing up, I didn't care about the story. I was just like, dude, this.
Yeah. I think that's why I forgot the story too, because I think I just fast forwarded to whenever Pumpkinhead was out.
I mean, there's not much of a story. It's really it's just a story about revenge, and then a guy that really is a good guy. And he's been put in this situation where he's lost everything, and he's willing to risk it all to just get his just desserts and his what he thinks he needs, to fulfill in order to feel better. But obviously, once he starts seeing it, he knows that it's not going to do anything, and really only one of those people deserve to die. If any,
just one.
The whole lot of it.
I'm on probation, baby. Come on, man. They can't get me. I can't let them take me away. I'm on probation.
Oh, Cullen Bunn wrote Pumpkinhead Dynamite.
No shit.
Oh, they did Dynamite? I think I know someone who's got a pretty tight connection.
I don't know who that would be, what chill you're talking about. But I guess you want me to be like, hey, can we get some Pumpkinhead stuff sent to us? Is that what you're saying?
Basically.
They're going to be like,
Robbie,
what do you think? Like 10 years ago.
What do you think, Robbie? I'll start with you this time. I did Fable first.
The style is one of the best things in this film. It looks gorgeous. It's got a great atmosphere, all that fog, all that blue light that really does sell the idea of moonlight, right?
Yeah.
Coming through that fog, it looks great. That graveyard is amazing. The witch's place is amazing. Even the damn store is got a charm to it. There's something I like about it. The all that stuff is the best part. The structure, I guess it's fine because it's a quick movie. This movie's 6 minutes or something, and I timed this shit. That's a 3-minute credit roll in the beginning. Okay, so we're like, it's really like an 80-minute movie, and I feel like there are moments where they were actually trying to make it longer. Like they knew they didn't have enough to actually make the feature, and we know that happens sometimes. We just talked about a movie where they did that. I can't remember which one it was, but where they add stuff to kind of pad in that running time.
Fluffer.
Yeah, because you got to be a certain amount of time or something. Yeah. So, but the story is weak as shit. I don't fault it for that. I do appreciate it for what it is. Those special effects are amazing. The way that it looks is a beautiful film. It is just like for instance, Scarpad. I don't know if this was in back chat or before or during the show, but you had mentioned it'd make a good double feature with Sleepy Hollow. It kind of gives me that vibes where Sleepy Hollow is a movie where I think it looks beautiful, but I just don't really care as much as I want to about what's going on in the story. I just want to relish how beautiful it looks. And this movie looks gorgeous. And so the style is amazing. The special effects are amazing. The story and the structure, though, it's the weakest part of the film.
Yeah, I agree. Scarpad,
I'm sorry. You can tell Stan Winston loves old school like Universal's horror, because he's doing that in like 88 with the way he's setting everything up. There are, you know, how, like Wolfman has those silhouettes of the forest and shit like that. You pick up some of those kind of vibes here. You feel the love of what's going on. And I don't want anybody to like hate on me for picking at this story when I love every Argento movie that doesn't make any fucking bit of sense. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's fine. It's just
we all have one of those.
Exactly.
We all have an Argento.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll see every M. Night Shyamalan movie knowing it's gonna be shit. Haven't heard all the reviews, but I'm like, you know what? You might have another twist, you know?
Check it out.
Your taste is your taste.
Story structure wise, I think, as I said, it works real well as a fairy tale. The story is lacking. I would like to see the whole part where the kid just runs away and then to find a dog, and the dog finds him on some bullshit, and then he gets hit, and it's just filmed in such a way like they don't want to show it, but they want to use it.
Yeah,
so
kind of weird.
And so it's just very confusing. It's something I would have made the guy like maybe run into the kid with his truck or do some other bullshit.
I mean, but as you know, as kids, they don't really understand the gravity of certain situations.
That was just the impetus for the story to go forward. So once that got to the stage where, because he was going to that witch's house to save his kid, it's only when he finds out that he can't bring him back that he switches to I want the rest of these dead, and this is what I want. But I thought as an '80s movie, it was. I liked it. I thought it was good, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I would like to see maybe a little bit more of the villains. Will be a little bit more complex, and if they're gonna make them villains, maybe make their end even a little bit more graphic than it was. So I think a little more punch. Everybody's saying it needs just a little more punch, and it would have been a lot up here. But I enjoyed it.
A little bit more punch. It would have been punchier.
Punchier.
I'm up. All right. Style wise, we've said it before. The creature was the best part. There's not one scene where he's not on screen, whether it be like his feet or anything, where it's not entertaining to see.
Right.
So they did their job well in that aspect. The mood, all that was great. Story wise, it was a little simple. We should have cared at least for the final girl. I cared more for Bunt than any of those biker kids. I think for a remake, what would be cool, like, because I said earlier, I was more interested in the Lance Henriksen grieving process. That'd be really strong for like a remake if they focused more on like the parent going through that shit of losing the child, and then maybe they make a deal, and in the remake, the body of their child is what becomes Pumpkinhead, and then they bastardize the idea of their child in the process of trying to get out the grieving. I don't know. There's something there that they could, really pull from for a remake. That was a strong aspect for me, but I think they should have focused on that more. Like we already said, Lance Henriksen was the best part of it. We should have probably seen more of him instead of the kids and shit like that.
Dude, that moment when that kid, when he comes in and finds his son dead, and that guy's like, "Can I help you with anything?" and he just fucking stares at him. You're just like,
yes, yeah,
he wanted to kill me.
And then there was that touching scene where his son died. He's like telling him the story, wiping him, and he's like, "Daddy," and he's like, "Yes, baby," and he just passes away. That that was emotional for me.
I think it would be more interesting if they did make this along the whole slasher vibe, like it's more of a bedtime story, and make it so that when the guy coming and summoning the creature, it'll just arbitrarily start killing like 2 people at a time, random people. Don't make it about the kids. Just he wants to bring. It could have been an accident that killed his kid, or the same thing, but make it so that it's the random people getting killed, and that's his penance for using the creature. They didn't need the kids at all.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've all said it. Style wise, excellent. Story wise, could have been a little bit stronger. But there's a message in it.
Well said, brother. Well said stuff. I like that. Fable, what are you thinking, my brother?
I think the style and structure is actually what hurts this film. Um, uh, Stan Winston is his first time filming or making a movie or whatever, and you can tell. The reason why I say you can tell is because a lot of the ways that you can present this creature, or you could present the violence of this creature, can be done in a more artistic way. Like when we see Werewolf by Night, you see what I'm talking about? Like Werewolf by Night when he's transforming the silhouettes and things like that, and coming up with creative ways to do these things that you can't do because of your budget, right?
Right.
So you can tell that his weakness is that he doesn't have that artistic flair for filmmaking, right? But what he is very strong at is creature design. The man is brilliant at creature design, and obviously so good that this creature has stood the test of time, right?
Yeah.
Because we all saying this movie is okay, but we all love Pumpkinhead. We all
Yeah.
love the way he
Even the
looks.
sequels
We
aren't
all,
that good. None of the
yeah,
sequels are really good.
we
So
love the idea of him and stuff like that. But you can tell that structurally this is kind of like Dylan. You said it dragged in the beginning. It does drag in the beginning.
yeah.
Scarpad said that there's wonky editing. There is wonky editing. Steph said that, or Rob said that they're stuffing scenes in there to make the film longer.
Mm.
They do that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of wonkiness to the style and structure. But if anything that shines through 100% is the design of the creature. It is so good that it surpasses the film it's in.
Yeah.
It makes you almost like try to forget about forget
all the
about
other
the
shit.
story. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
just in it for Pumpkinhead at this point.
It is
Yeah.
it's a bit xenomorphy though. There is
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. You definitely see this. It reminds me of Alien Resurrection, the fucking hybrid.
Fucking
They get sucked through the fucking spaceship. Yo, baby, come on! They're climbing up the stairwell. The crippled dude.
It's really good
Well,
at
the
shooting.
creature was popular enough to come back for 5, movies. Even though the movies weren't great, they made 5 movies out of it.
True.
So
I think the creature looks great. It does, and obviously
Absolutely.
Stan did work on Alien, so I'm sure some of that inspired where they were going because they
Oh,
knew
yeah.
how they could put someone in a costume and make it look. I mean, they only Guillermo del Toro and Doug Jones does shit like this today, where they make a
Right.
really great design creature, and Doug Jones fantastic at playing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you guys want to do the music and what you think it's trying to say, and then we'll get into the rating after.
Sounds good to me, bro.
All right. So
Because everybody's favorite character is Lance Hendrickson or Pumpkinhead,
obviously,
Or Bunt.
or Bond.
He's the true hero of the
I
film.
love stuff.
Is he the fucking hick kid who's all like,
Yeah.
yeah. One of his sisters is Blossom. I don't know if you guys caught on to that, but Blossom.
No way.
It's
Wow.
90s hat, baby.
Well, I think the music. I'll start it off. I think the music is really good. Not sure who does it. Let me see, but it definitely gives that, those dark fairy tale, folk tale vibes. I love the cicadas. I don't know if that's actually part of the music or not, but I just love that.
Yeah,
I just love the way that the music gives this movie so much atmosphere. And I think one of the biggest thing I think the movie's trying to say is, revenge. It's about revenge. And that you just, no matter what you lost and who you take it out on, and if you could try and go get it, it's just nothing. It's not going to change anything. It's only going to turn you into the monster, which it literally does. You know what I'm saying? Like he
became
the
Pumpkin. Yeah.
monster are one once he makes that deal. And that once he made that decision, he could not change it. He could try to alter it, but he made that the bed, and he had to deal with it, and there was no turning back. So I think it's also about choices, choices in very difficult situations that, people get put in, and they get put on the spot, and then, they're so filled with rage and anger, and they don't make they make stupid decisions,
irrational
decisions in the heat of the moment. Thank you, Steph.
Oh.
I think, if they had somebody better for the writing and more money, they can I really,
there's something there, bro.
Comics, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something deep there, and you can go far with it. But I can totally see this being just like an hour movie, like an hour and that, like it being a part of.
Hell yeah, the horror masters.
It'd be a great Masters of Horror.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like the Cabinet of Curiosities,
Ooh.
back in the
Del Toro will be perfect for reimagining of that shit, dog.
Yes. This? Yeah, absolutely.
Fairy Tale 2? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Guys, Hollywood, we're available. Need a think tank.
But yeah, man, I those are some of the things that I love about it, Let's see, who wants to go first? Fable, you want to kick it off?
With the what it's trying to tell, what it's trying to say.
Yeah, and then the music, if you want to.
The music, I think, is effective. Nothing stood out to me really, but again, that doesn't mean bad, And we all know that if the music, if it sticks out too much, it's either really good or really bad, right? So
if you're and what's
stick out, that
Futurama was like what they say: if you're doing it just right, people won't know you've done anything at all, or something like that. But
So I think it's effective. It works.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. But there's no main theme that I can discern that I was like, ooh, that's a real good theme or a real good sound. As a matter of fact, the Cascadas things, that thing kind of was
the strongest
annoying to me. me personally. But anyway, what it's trying to say, hey man, I think this is a karmic tale, right? It's about karma. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide, right? You can't escape the bed you made, right? So like Lance Henderson, he made a bad decision. Now he's got to pay, right? The kids, they did a bad. Now they're paying, and there's nothing that can be done to stop it, right? So that's what I think it's trying to say. Like, it's just you can't escape what you've done, you got to pay in some way.
Karmic tale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Steph, my man, what are you thinking, brother? And well said, Fable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Music. I'm on the side of Fable. It's nothing really stood out to me, but I wasn't like, man, nothing stood out where I was like, this is shit. But I think it was effective for what it was trying to do. Yeah. As what it's trying to say, don't give in to peer pressure. Okay. Look at good old Steve. All right. He wanted to do the right thing. He listened to his friend. Was the first to get got. Right. Gave in to the peer pressure. Paid for it. Look at Bunt. If he would have given the peer pressure and done what the family said, Pumpkinhead would have done his thing, and they would have never defeated him. And he would have just been out there causing havoc, whatever the hell he does. But
I think this is the first time anybody has ever appreciated Bunt as much as
Bunt rebelled against. He rebelled, and put his ass out there, and he saved him effectively. So don't give him the peer pressure.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scarpat, what do you think, bro?
I think I was watching some deleted scenes. At the end of the movie, didn't they cut Pumpkinhead's body off and bring it to a brewery so they could make pumpkin ale out of it? Is that what they did?
No.
I'd try it.
It must have been so.
You're roasting pumpkin.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie, and just for its fairy tale aspect, I love Lance Henriksen. He's always good in everything, and yeah, I like his turn. He gets to be really, really, goody-goody in the beginning. There's some saccharine, fatherly stuff. And then his turn where he has to make a deal with the devil, and then he gets to come back and be redeemed at the end, sort of. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good tale, good story, and the music I thought went along well with it. If I'm going to rate it, do we want to go ahead and rate these now, or
Well, Robbie has to say his, and then
okay. But you said rating. I don't know if we were doing rating.
I was gonna, but
okay. And music. I thought the music fit. Music really fit the movie. I enjoyed the music quite a bit. Didn't detract from it, but made it feel like more of a fairy tale. So the music was good.
Did you see the deleted scene where they said they were inspired by Spike Lee was inspired by this, and he ended up doing directing Do the Right Thing?
No, because of this movie.
Yeah.
I can buy it.
That's the message. That's where you got the message of Do the Right Thing. Because if they would have done the right thing,
finally covered Do the Right Thing on PCP. I can't wait till we finally cover Do the Right Thing on PCP, and I get asked somebody like, "What's it mean?" And
well, this movie Pumpkinhead came on.
Yeah, right.
If Pumpkinhead can inspire Spike Lee, then I think it's better for it.
Nice. So, what do you think, Robbie?
The music is done by Richard Stone. I love the music in the film. I was talking about the atmosphere, the mood, the tone. The music adds so much to that for me. It is just like this. Whoa, it's really good. And in fact, if you're like handing out candy or whatever for trick or treaters before you're going to be, watching us on Horror Fest on Halloween night, if you're doing something like that, or you're doing like a house haunt or a yard haunt or something like that, putting on some of the Pumpkinhead score would be a really good idea because it's got that like haunted house atmosphere vibe to it that I love. So the music is great. And Richard Stone has done music in Looney Tunes, Tiny Toon Adventures, Tasmania, The Plucky Duck Show, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain.
Wow.
Come on,
the animation guy.
Those are good music. Yeah. No, those
hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty dope. And as for what it's saying, I mean, first of all, can we all just have a moment of how proud we are that now that Dylan's hit 1K subscribers, he had the balls to go first on theme and nailed it. Just killed it, right? Even Two Gun was like, wow, Dylan's making some good points there.
On the meeting, I know. Yes. That's the first.
That was before the weed kicked in.
But for me, it is, like y'all said, it's about that price of vengeance, right? And the Confucius quote that I think Mark McGrath, who every morning when but it's also about the injustice of grief. Like grief, whenever you're going through a loss like that, whether it's sudden or whether it's expected, whether it's righteous or whether it's not, the grief, the biggest feel that you have is the injustice of the fact that you've lost someone, right? The injustice of it. So it is about that price of vengeance, but it does spend a lot of time, I think, on the horror of grief and of losing a child, especially, right? Like that's it's crazy. It's something that unfortunately happened to in my family. My youngest sibling passed away at a very early age, and I understand what that does to people, to a family. And so it's about that injustice, and that's what leads him on this, journey to go and find this witch. And, at that point, he's just clouded, right? Yeah. This whole movie, he's clouded. He very quickly realizes what he's doing. And in that Tales from the Crypt kind of way, it's a story of comeuppance, right? It's like you're going to get what's coming to you, and all you got to do is make one bad decision sometimes. And it doesn't matter how good of a father you were, you got to go. But it's also now about realization of what is going on and the sacrifice it's going to take to end it. You get what I'm saying? Because he has to.
Oh yeah.
At the end, very similar ending to a movie we'll be talking about tomorrow night, actually. So, yeah, but that's what I think. The injustice of grief, the price of vengeance, which is sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Very good, man. Yeah. I love how you.
I think we all nailed it.
Something even when I feel like we all had our own.
Well, somehow at the end there, he had the gun pointed right at his temple and somehow missed it. I don't understand how he missed killing himself, and he had to be killed again by the girl. But
he fucked up, man. Like it's
pull the trigger and he missed. I don't understand.
Maybe the kickback was too hard, man. Maybe the kickback.
Or were they some like linked? And like Pumpkinhead wouldn't allow him to kill himself.
Maybe.
Moved his head real quick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just be in a fight club and you're like, wait, he just shot him. How did he not do that right?
So
no, it was a padding thing. It was like, and then you find out he didn't shoot himself, and the girl has to shoot him.
We need
That
2
adds
more
an
minutes,
extra 5
guys.
minutes.
Yeah.
They should have added like he could have been able to spit like pumpkin seeds at fucking people and knock them over. That would have been the best fucking superpower you could ever give
Like
the fucking
a Mario
guy.
character.
Yeah, man. Like polka dot, man. Get that shit out there.
Dude, Hollywood got to call us because this Pumpkinhead remake we got ready for Del Toro.
We're
we
proud.
got it ready for you, Del Toro season 2. Season 2 of Cabinet of Curiosities.
If some shit ever comes of this, we know, guys, that we're suing.
Off topic, if you haven't checked out Netflix's new anthology by basically it's Del Toro's new anthology, Cabinet of Curiosities, so fucking good. I still gotta watch the last 4 episodes, but
There's only 2 out, isn't there?
No, they put out like 5. There's 5.
Oh, really?
There's 8 total, bro.
Oh.
They're all out.
How? Well, okay, what was the order? They were putting like 2 out every day or some shit like that.
Yeah, they put out 2, then they like skipped a day, and then they put out 2 every day after that.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, the first 2 were
but they're all out now.
Mm-hmm.
They're all out. So I can't wait
check that
to
out.
watch them. And then
the first 2 were fire.
Season 2 ASAP. So Fable, I'll kick you off with the rating, my brother. And anyone in the chat who was able to catch Pumpkinhead, throw your rating down below. What do you want to kick us off, Fable, and start it with? What's your rating?
I'm gonna give this one a solid 3 slips.
3.
Yeah, 3 slips, man. Creature design is very strong, extremely strong. Carries the movie for me. I was just waiting to see Pumpkinhead, through the whole movie. I'm like, yeah, I want to see this creature already. I want to see this creature. So it carries the movie for me. Lance Henderson is I love Lance Henderson. So, even though he acted in some weird parts in this movie, I still love the guy. So, watching him was fun. It's just a fun tale, man. And we love these kind of things at the horror show. We love our Sleepy Hollows like Scarpad was saying, or grim fairy tale kind of things. We love anthology series. It's just this felt more like that than a feature film. But either way, I thought it was pretty solid. Like, it's not a terrible movie by any stretch.
No.
Yeah. So I think 3
solid, bro.
Yeah, I think it's solid. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Fun little Halloween monster film,
Yeah.
So a 3, solid 3. You said, right?
Mm-hmm. 3 slips.
Steph, my man, what are you thinking, brother?
You know what? Nostalgia had me high on this movie, and upon this rewatch, I did see the subtle little flaws, but because of the ideas that are there and the conversations that we are able to have off this movie, even though it's not the strongest movie, I think that says a lot. So, it's not the strongest, but it's a fun creature feature. Like we've all said, Pumpkinhead, anytime he's on screen, even if it's just his legs, his arms, his silhouette, it's fun to watch. So I'll give it a 3.5. The 0.5 is for nostalgia purposes. But I think it's a good primer for anyone who's interested in the horror, but they want to get into horror, but they can't dive off on the deep end. Introduce them to this, or kids.
And then right after,
it was one that started me off.
Right after you watch Pumpkinhead as a kid, watch New York Ripper next.
Terrifying 2, yeah.
Trying to get him off for him.
Terrifying 2. Oh my God.
The
last thing you should watch.
3.5 solid score, my brother. Scarpad, what are you thinking?
I'm going to give it the same score, 3.5. I thought it was a movie that was very good from creature design. That creature really made the movie. It was the movie. So I think on the basis of just the creature itself, I'm giving it 3.5. They were saying where you would see this. I just started watching. I went back and watched a couple of the Halloween episodes of Amazing Stories, that Steven Spielberg show from the 80s. Pumpkinhead would fit onto something like that with very little modification. That's that type of story. I saw that one where the mummy was trying to get to his wife in the hospital. That was a great, stupid episode. But
there's a morality tale.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead would kind of fit into that type of thing. But yeah, I give it 3.5.
Oh yeah, Robbie, what are you thinking, brother?
Overall, I think the movie's okay because I don't like almost any of the performances. Even Lance Henderson is so over the top at certain moments, but he carries it through a lot. The Witch is great. I don't give a shit about those kids, nor do I even give a shit when they die. I'm just like, okay. But what I do give a shit about is the look of the film. Everything visual about this film I love. The coloring, the atmosphere, the shadows, the special effects, all that stuff is just beautiful. I love the music. I think it's solid. That kind of saves it for me. I think it's an all right film. I'll give it a 3 Pumpkinheads out of 5.
Station.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, like, this has nostalgia for me, so I'm gonna boost it up a little bit. I think The Witch is great. Lance Henriksen is great. I think he's really going for something a little different.
He was doing his deadlifts.
And I feel like he's doing something different than he normally gets, where he's playing a father and he's trying to go a little deep. He gets a little goofy with it, but it was it's Stan Winston, first time guy doing it, so he just probably like some things didn't work as well as they should have. I still absolutely love it. I think it's just fun. It's one I go back to almost every year. The only thing I do wish, as I've gotten older, that I wish it was more gory, but I wouldn't have saw it back then, and I wouldn't have my childhood affection that I do for it, and my just so much love for it. I'd say like a 3.69, but dude, I just gotta do it because the creature design is just so fucking sick, and just like, it's a classic for me. So I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go
nice station. Oh yeah.
So we got a 2.5 from Delaney, and we got a 3.5 from Two Gun, and Brother Joe, I believe, gave it a 3, and Mark gave it a 3 as well, and Fable gave it a 3. Steph gave it a 3.5.
3.5.
Mark had 3.5. Robbie gave it a 3, right? And I did a 4. So that's an average score of 3.69.
Accurate this time. It's accurate this week. Accurate.
It was accurate last week, bro.
He guessed
more
it last
accurate
week.
this week.
Dude, we were. I was like
Pulled out
crazy.
the calculator and shit. It was like, holy shit, Dylan.
He's actually a math prodigy.
3.5 overall. Two Gun goes, and then I kind of figured. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Bro.
Frost those tips, man. I love it.
maybe. So yeah, eventually, man, I'll definitely be. I got some stuff, and I know someone, maybe Robbie, I know wanted to donate something for the 1K giveaway. I know Two Gun has donated me some stuff already, so I'm gonna get something together, and we'll figure something out. We'll do a little giveaway eventually. I just got to get everything together since I did the move. Some of the stuff is all over the place, but and I'll figure out if, you know what I'm saying, what else we got to do and how we can maybe do it, which I'll probably ask Robbie. So dude, crazy finale of Horror Fest on Dylan's Horror Show, but you all know it never ends. We'll be back next Saturday, and we already got, I had to get the next basically 2 months worked out. So we will be kicking next week off with 2022's Barbarian.
Oh boy,
I'm very excited because this was one of the, I've had some really fun experiences this year watching some awesome horror films in the theater. But this one, I had a blast. I was completely by myself. This has Justin Long in it, and it also has the guy who plays Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård. So for me, that's all I need to know to jump in this sucker. I've already seen it, but it's so much fun. It's so scary. It's so fucking good. And
I'm sorry to say that there is Bush in this movie. Unfortunately.
No,
unfortunately.
You're glad. You're glad.
You guys gonna send me your quota?
Coming from you? What?
It was CGI Bush.
So yeah, we got a lot of fun. Just because Horror Fest is over does not mean nothing. Because I believe y'all saw the list, man. You guys don't. What did you guys think of the list I got for the next 2 months?
I didn't see it yet.
How did you not see it? It was in the freaking chat.
I don't know, but I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
wanna
cool
be
lineup.
surprised?
Yeah.
But do remember, Dylan,
I can
Horror
dig it.
Fest is not over yet because
No,
two
I
more
just said
days
that
of it.
just on Dylan's horror show.
Yeah, but we still got 2 more days because tomorrow night
Exactly.
we're talking about Videodrome.
I'm saying it's just the finale on my channel. You got 2 more shows.
And then
My bad.
Monday night, y'all, what is it? Well, it's the
Yeah.
25
Yo.
movies right there.
So we still got
entire
plenty of
series.
movies to cover for
Hell
Horror
yeah.
Fest.
Hell yeah. Plenty of movies.
I'm getting pissy
So-
too because Jelani watched the Videodrome for the first time, didn't like it. I'm really fucking
Oh my
I'm
god.
really
I'm
Oh,
mad because
my
I had to pay for like
And that's
one
elevated
of
to
the
horror,
most-
too. I mean,
I had to pay for
So-
Nightmare on Elm Street 4, man. They had the whole thing on HBO Max, and the only one they don't have is Part 4 for some freaking reason.
Oh dude, you can
And I
buy
had to pay for
I
it.
bought
You
the
can
whole second
It's only
film for
$5. You can
$19.
buy it on digital for $5 on
No,
Amazon.
I paid. It was like $1.99 or $2.99.
Oh,
It wasn't a problem, but I'm
Oh.
like, really?
I get
Yeah,
it. If
one of
you're
the
like,
ones
if I
we
got to
don't
buy
have.
one
Yeah.
of these,
Have the whole, yeah.
That's
Have
weird.
none of them or have all of them.
With that one.
Right, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
so
Come on.
weird.
It's right. Steph.
Who's got show and tell this week?
I got some stuff.
Is it Steph? You got something, my man?
No.
Not this week? Okay.
It's coming.
But that's insane. That's insane. Phil, you want to kick us off, brother?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't have
Somebody's
much this
breaking
week. Just 3 little things that I wanted to show off, but 3 big things to me. Really big. I'm really happy to have these 3 pieces. So first up, for my video game fans out there, especially the video game fans that love JRPGs, Japanese role-playing games, if you like games like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, stuff like that, I highly recommend that you guys pick up Persona 5 Royal for the Nintendo Switch. And this one is really cool because it's got the steel case and the slip. So, Dylan, I hope you're proud of me. I got
A
this.
video game slip.
Yeah.
That's rare.
This is awesome.
Wow.
Dude. Portable. Love it. And of course, I can't do a show and tell without showing off some Transformers, right? I got 2 big Grail pieces. It's probably like top 5 pieces in my collection. So first up, I got the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive, A Hero Is Born set.
Ooh.
The reason why this is such a big deal to me and Transformers fan in general is because if you know who this guy is over here, that's Optimus Prime before he became Optimus Prime. And this is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy who made him into Optimus Prime. So
Wow,
it's
that's
so
pretty
cool.
So is
to
he
have them
Optimus
both.
not Prime there? Or?
No, his
He's
name
just
is
Prime?
Ryan Pax. No, Ryan Pax.
Oh,
He's
wow.
a regular Transformer. He wanted to meet Megatron because Megatron was like really popular at that time. He was like forming a movement. So he wanted
like a
to be part of
groupie type of
Megatron's
thing.
movement. Yeah. And Megatron ended up showing his evil ways, of course, and shooting him in the chest. His friends went and tried to find some kind of mechanic that could help him, and that's when they ran into this guy. Come to find out, he has more of a history with the plan. Anyway, he made
those Transformers have quite the backstory.
Yeah,
I would do that.
Yeah,
I
they got dope lore.
love hearing that backstory just now.
yeah, pretty dope. Yeah, that's why I'm
Alpha
so mad
Trion?
about the Bay. Alpha Trion, yeah.
Now I see.
Okay,
Now I
sick.
see why.
That's just a
The
sweet.
Transformers is deep. The knowledge
it's a
of
retool.
Transformers
It's
is
a
a lot
retool of the
deeper than I
suite.
thought.
But they did a lot of retooling. The chest is different, the arms
Ryan
are different,
Pax.
the legs are different. They added pieces to the back. So yeah, dope. Happy to have that. And lastly, this is just for like badassery. I thought this was like just
G.I.
the
Joe.
most badass set. Oh, G.I. Joe. How about G.I. Joe and
Oh,
Transformers
wow.
Holy crap!
together? This is Transformers collaborative. So they do collaborations with brands. This time they decided to do a collaboration with their own other brand, G.I. Joe. Of course, this is Megatron. Everybody knows him, but he turns into a Cobra Hiss tank. Which is
The
freaking
girl is
That's
awesome.
sick as fuck.
Girl is
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
picture though.
And he comes with the Baroness, which is one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters. Love her to death. And, you know, if you guys want to see how that looks, they got a nice picture of the toy out of the box.
That's something that needs to be opened.
Yeah, awesome. And he turns into this almost perfect scale to the 80s toy. Like, if you get the 80s toy and you put it next to this, almost the same exact thing.
Wow.
Happy to have this.
What
man.
does HIS stand for?
Dude.
I have no idea.
That's all we got.
Horror is, I don't know.
What's it?
I've been playing that Persona 5.
Right, boss?
That's
yeah, Persona 5 is awesome, dude. Awesome. I love it. Real sound.
great soundtrack.
Soundtrack sticks in there. But yeah, man, that's my show and tell.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to cut you off. My bad. Hell yeah, that was sick. Scarphead, you wanna go next?
Sure. For toys, I got this in this week. The classic Star Trek Phaser from Playmates.
Oh,
this is
shit.
kind of a reissue of the one they did in the 90s, except it's a little different. They added a couple things to it. They fixed a couple of the... But it's almost the same thing. Almost looks like the same box. So I picked up one of the new classic Trek Phasers. And for movies, we have a few. I got the steel box of Nope in this week.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I wasn't too much of a fan of the steel box. This is basically the poop chute of the creature. So I thought any steel box that gives me poop chutes on it, what the fuck I'm going to buy.
It looks cool on the camera, but I could see how it's just like...
it's a chute. It's a poop chute. So Nope in steelbook.
You know, it would have been sweet if it was like a slip. Like it would have just been like the creature looking like the UFO.
It's a pretty dull steelbook too.
Yeah. That's one of the
steelbooks. I'm not a fan. Not as good as the picture. Also, I saw this. I got this for $19. I haven't seen. I think I saw maybe half the first movie. I picked up this Conjuring 7 universe set with all 7 movies in it.
Yeah.
Up on Amazon for $19. And as I said, I saw the first Conjuring. I thought it was okay, but I didn't see any of the other 6. So I think I picked that up for $20.
They just announced they're doing a 4th one.
This came in this week. I got Brian De Palma's Dressed to Kill in 4K.
Nice. Mine got pushed back.
This comes from Kino Lorber. They have a nice slip, as they always do in their movies.
They got a reversible.
Does it have a reversible cover? Do you want me to check? I can do that.
Yeah, let me see.
It does.
Oh, sweet.
Although that's not a great poster. But yeah, Kino's been coming with reversible covers quite a bit. So that's 4K Dressed to Kill.
I can't wait to get that, man.
This is one of my favorite movies of the week. I got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the 1931 version. The only I've ever seen the one with Spencer Tracy. I've never seen this, but this is instantly my favorite version of this film. Granted, he just wants to turn into it to be kind of a horn dog and get the chick, but still, the makeup in it is amazing. It's just a great pre-code horror movie that came in this week. I picked up the Kindred in, I believe, is this 4K?
No, it's just
I think this is the Blu-ray. Yeah. From
Synapse.
No slip, unfortunately, now. I didn't have that. I picked this up cheap. The Shout Factory Amazon sale. I've never seen this movie, Alone in the Dark, but you got Donald Pleasance and you got Jack Palance, Martin Landau. So I got to see this. Comes with the slip from Shout Factory.
Nice.
Also picked up on the sale Ginger Snaps. No slip, unfortunately, from Amazon.
It's a clean cover, though.
Snaps. Okay. Should I say my favorite one for the last? Well, I've showed this, so I'll show it again. The Vinegar Syndrome Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This gets my vote for the nicest package of a horror movie in a long time. You get a nice box slip, and then you get a secondary slip for the movie in 4K.
Nice.
And you get raised lettering in the box.
Oh, wow.
And in case you're not a fan of the artwork, you do get reversible artwork.
It went all out.
So,
and what's the other side look like?
What's that?
What's the other side look like? Oh, okay. Okay. That's dope. Okay.
But that's probably my favorite release in quite some time. Vinegar Syndrome just knocks it out of the park.
That's one of those big boxes like Beastmaster. Oh, yes, it's split. No, that one slides in. The Beastmaster like opens from the top and has a magnet. But that's still really awesome.
Yeah, they kind of change things every time, but this is my favorite box set. I think it's still available in a long time.
I get that, dude.
I also picked up, this came out this week from Arrow, the Count Yorga Vampire set. It's got all 2 Count Yoga movies, and also comes with a rather large book in there.
Oh,
So
sure.
Count Yoga Vampire and the Return of Count Yoga Vampire, nice hard box set. This came out from Film Detective. They put out a lot of older movies. The Bat with Vincent Price. This is a really, really good movie for Halloween if you haven't seen it. So that's The Bat. So that's everything I got this week in Blu-ray.
Sweet, man. Nice pickups. Nice pickups. What you got, Robbie?
All right. Well, last week I showed off that I finally got my Leatherface Mo2 looking figure in Scarpad, and y'all asked maybe to see the other. So there's the Pinhead.
Nice.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
He's happy. He's a happy Pinhead.
There's
Diesel
the
Pinhead.
Freddy.
Yo.
Oh shit.
Yo.
That's crazy.
Here's Michael.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's cool. That's the best
I
one
like
there.
that one.
Does he have a mohawk? It almost looks like a mohawk.
Kinda. There's the Leatherface. Open.
Oh, that's cool.
Yo, they went all out.
That's how the
Wicked,
Netflix
dog.
one should have been.
You can swap the chainsaw
Right.
with the hammer. And then the almost said blade. The Jason, which I love the
Nice.
Jason.
That's a,
I
like
love
a
that
gladiatorial
tomahawk.
Jason.
Got
Yeah.
the ribs sticking out.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like here's the newest issue of Scream magazine, which I picked up. It's got a bit about
cool.
Hellraiser 3, a bit about Wes Craven, and a big focus on Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Can't believe they're still putting magazines out.
I love it. I just picked this up today.
Bring back Wizard.
Got my Jack Torrance pop finally.
Wow.
I passed on it
That's it.
initially, and then I set all my horror pops up on my bookshelves in my living room, and I was like, man, I want a Jack Torrance. So I got one.
With the axe.
Got an A-OK from Two Gun Pedro this week.
Nice.
Pew, pew.
Sent me a post-Horror Fest package, including these awesome stickers.
Oh,
Nice. That Freddy's sick.
A pack of stickers there.
Chibi Freddy.
nice.
These two Emmett Smith cards from back in the day.
Nice. Let's go.
Oh, when the Cowboys were good.
Yep. Also, he sent me
Those days are
this
gone.
Black Widow
Put that
book.
gun away.
Oh, that's the
Yo,
soft
wasn't that?
picture.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Soft pictures
Yo,
I've been wanting to
I
read.
have that issue where that covers.
that
Nice.
that was that the crane?
Also sent
You're
me
gonna
this
have to
shirt.
read that on digital or something.
He also sent me this shirt.
Oh, that's the
Look at
one you
that.
got.
Is that you?
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's
Not
Nice.
just
sick. Dracula, Bride, Frankenstein.
How they have
Pan's
Alfred
Labyrinth on that
Hitchcock.
bad boy.
Alfred
You're right
Hitchcock
in the center.
Hey, who's on the right of it? Who's
Michael
next to
Freddy
Hitchcock?
and what?
Is that Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth.
And
the
then
Guild
Freddy, Jason, and Michael.
That's a nice mix. That's a nice mix
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
horror
That's
villains.
sick as
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, right? Just like I was very excited knowing that this was coming out, so I pre-ordered this a while ago, but I got that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as well. I'm excited to watch this because
It's good.
when I was a kid, like I thought that this was part of the Universal Monsters, so I watched it. Like I loved this movie. There's an on-screen transformation that I actually used it multiple times the way that they do this transformation because they have him wearing makeup, but the makeup's in red, and if you shine a red light on him, he just looks normal, and then you turn it to green, and it starts all this shadows start. He literally transforms in front of your eyes. So I remember loving this. This adds like 17 or 18 more minutes back into the movie that had been long censored. I've never seen that. So I'm excited to check that out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's mostly the racy stuff.
Yeah. And then I did finally get Cursed.
It comes
Nice.
with
Joshua
we
Jackson,
were
baby.
just talking about that one.
Yeah.
we just talked
Jesse
about it.
Eisenberg before he was Jesse Eisenberg.
What a whack ass fucking reversible cover. Like,
Yeah.
underrated.
You
I'm
might
gonna
have to slip.
whack ass underrated. I'm gonna have to get that. I didn't know if it would still come with the slip.
yeah, I got it because it was like Scarpat said, there was that Scream Factory sale this week.
You
Yeah.
gotta do Curse. You gotta do
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a bad movie. It gets
I
a
like
bad
it.
rap, bro. But yeah,
And
I've always had fun.
Here's something. My final thing is something I got very excited for. This movie is only available on VHS and on DVD, so I had to get the DVD. But coming in January 2023 on PCP Movie Night, we're gonna unpack this masterpiece.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Yo, God,
I thought you
Rob
guys were
Schneider
doing
at
Surf
his finest,
Nazis.
baby.
I thought you were
Kung
doing
Fu
Surf
Friday.
Nazis must
Yo, are
die.
who's doing Three Ninjas?
We're working on that. We're thinking.
Alright.
I thought you were doing Surf Nazis.
But after we did the Turtles thing for Action Fest, and I rewatched Turtles 2 with Ernie Banks Jr., I was like, man, do you remember Surf Ninjas?
That was not a high point in Leslie
Let's
Nielsen's
fucking bring
career,
that
let me
one
tell
back
ya.
on. Why not? Let's do it, man.
I dug it as a kid.
Some of my favorite PCP movie nights are movies like Super Mario Brothers and Street Fighter and shit like that.
Weird shit like
Do
that.
Power Rangers, the movie, bro.
Leslie
That'd be a good
Nielsen
one.
played
covered
Mr.
Power Rangers
Magoo, and I think
before,
it was
but-
better than that.
We haven't done Power Rangers in the live era of
Oh,
movie reviews on
podcasts.
PCP. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't got much, so I'll make it quick. But so obviously I had the Pumpkinhead Steel book.
Ooh.
I didn't get very much this week because most of my stuff has already come, you know.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I love it.
this was one thing that I got, and I was super, super excited because I know Robbie did this last year, and I wasn't able to make it, but I because I couldn't find a way to watch it, and I finally found a way to watch it on like YouTube crappy version. I really have grown to love it. Synapse just put out a release of Satan's Little Helper.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to pick that
I
up,
like
man.
that.
Does that come with a slip?
Cover though.
And this is the original artwork. That's what I went with. I think
The
this,
rest of
Hell
them.
yeah.
this is the new artwork they gave it.
Yeah, the original.
No, yeah, the original's what? Yeah, a lot better.
It's got Catherine Winnick from she was in that Viking show. She's also in Hellraiser
Oh
Hellworld.
shit.
So was there a slip
love
for
that
that?
sheet.
Still in or no slip?
So no, the only way you can get the slip is if you order it directly from Synapse.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a limited 2,000, but it's $30, so you're paying 10 extra bucks for the
Right.
slip. So I just didn't feel I didn't have the money to do it. I if I had the extra money, I definitely would have, because the slip is okay. It's not that great. Honestly, I'm really more like hyped to, display this. And with the, with the black case, it's only a Blu-ray, but they do these black cases, and
Why did you do that?
artwork, it pops.
Anti-standard,
A
but
lot better.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I am so bummed that Horror Fest is over.
Right, hold on a second.
It's been a banger.
That's the rookie card. Two Gun just pointed out.
Yeah, it's the rookie card.
No shit.
I didn't realize. That's awesome. That's even better. It's like one of my favorite. It's just like, I mean, him and Bo Jackson are like my favorite football players.
That's it, man. You can retire now.
I'm super hyped. Don't forget to check out tomorrow. Robbie is doing Videodrome, West Craig, freaking what is it? David Cronenberg. I'm sorry, I was about to say David Lynch. And then he is ending it off with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. You will not want to miss it on Halloween night. Definitely make sure you go check it out. And then next week we will be starting the horror show all over again, because it never stops. We will be doing 2022's Barbarian. If you want to watch it, it's on HBO Max right now, so check it out. I had a blast with it. Anyone have anything they gotta say before we get out of here?
Pop, pop, boo. Keep subscribing.
I will say in a little over a week, next Monday, not this Monday, but the following Monday, the sci-fi show I've been working on will be doing premiering 7:30 on YouTube on a Monday, November 7th, and we will be reviewing Planet of the Vampires. And Dylan, I know, is joining me for that, and maybe some of these guys. I think Verno said he may stop by. So first one. We got 3 more good classic movies for the rest of the month, but we're starting off with Mario Bava's Planet of the Vampires. So,
hell yeah,
try to watch if you guys get a chance.
Definitely be a lot of fun. Steph, Vern, or Fable, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Thursdays, Fable's got you covered, 9 p.m. Eastern. Go over the new comic book day cover picks for the following new comic book day, and of course Saturday. Blaine Fable and his amazing friends with Nick Comic Culture, 1 p.m. Eastern. We had our debut show earlier today. So yeah, come check us out, man. If you're not doing nothing in the afternoon before Dylan's Horror Show, come hang out with us, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Also,
Thank you.
one more thing. If you're a fan of House of the Dragon, check out the show we just did on PCP, where we talked about House of the Dragon Season 1. Steph was there, me, and the rest of Westeros Wonders. And that was a great, fun conversation. And it really made up for 9 weeks of She-Hulk shit talking.
All right, man. Well, we love you, man. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for the 1K. You guys are the best. We'll be in touch.
It was beautiful.
Have a happy Halloween.
Nation, man.
Y'all be safe. Enjoy your weekend. We love y'all, man. Peace out.
Thank you.